What is up, everyone? I am your Queen of Stonks, the trading chick, and I'm accompanied by my lovely and beautiful co-host, the blonde broker. We are very excited to be together on this grand occasion to record this episode in Miami. We are drinking tequila sodas in true Miami spirit, and it's a brand called Onda. So, Underground. We're gonna be underground after a few of these. So cheers to that. If you guys haven't already done so, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's a huge help to us and we would appreciate it greatly.
And give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and we will appreciate that as well. And leave us any feedback on our Twitter page because we like to interact with you guys. But these are fantastic. I'm not a tequila drinker typically, and this is kind of changing my mind on things. The ranch waters I've had are nasty. This is heaven in a can. So we're gonna have a couple of these for you guys in this video.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can get started with this episode. So we're in Miami together for the next week or 2 weeks. So we're going to make some in-person content. We're here for a couple of conferences and to film and then just hang out and hopefully get a tan and have fun and just catch, you're catching a break from the cold.
Oh, thank God.
And then, Texas, well, I've actually been here for like a hot minute.
Yeah, you've been living in Miami.
I've been living in Miami. I kind of up and moved to Miami and didn't tell anybody and was here just like getting ready for stuff and escaping reality. But no, really reality is just that like we're kind of lucky and blessed that we're able to trade remote and also film a podcast and work remote and not have to be in one place. So we are enjoying like the lifestyle of traveling and going to different cities. So it's been really fun. Well, we'll kick it off. We're very excited to hang out with Rishi, CEO of StockTwits.
CEO of StockTwits.
Most badass person ever, like that we just really enjoy him. We met him in New York. Fucking love him. We want to be besties with him. Don't know if that's allowed, but StockTwits is our presenting sponsor, and we love to talk about them. We hope that you guys go and download the app. So if you're wanting to learn about trading stocks, please go download this platform. You can get any real-time data. You can plan any trading setups that you want to do. Also check pre-market and create a good watch list. So my watch list is full of, I don't know, maybe 10 to 20 tickers at a time. You can have up to 50. You can have even less than that. And now you can also add crypto to your watch list. And if you guys don't know anything about crypto, StockTwits is a great place to learn. You can get a lot of educational content and make your first crypto transactions. Ooh. So go give them a follow on Twitter. They also have StockTwits NFT Twitter now, which they've been hopping in a lot of spaces with us. We love them. And then download the app and let us know what you guys think.
Yeah, StockTwits is dope.
Yeah.
So I don't know about you, but this week I really did not trade very much. Over the past 2 weeks, I've become a hater of the government. I just don't believe anything that they tell us. What are you looking for?
The couch is slid this way.
Where was I? Yeah,
I was just over here.
Yeah, you're literally like, I'm like, okay. Yup, the government really does that to me too. And I'm like, whoa, government, whoa. But,
I'm ready to kill this.
Yeah, so I've just like, I don't know, everything that's going on right now between COVID, the whole Russia-Ukraine crisis, inflation, rates rising, like the overextended housing market and stock market, I still think that like massive stocks are still overextended.
Yes.
But that said, I do think that there's so many opportunities out there. So this week and probably next week, I'm just trying to identify like the companies that I want to be a part of long term, like super long term. And kind of slowly start adding those to my portfolio just because like aside from the Facebook, the Apple, the Amazon, the Google, the Teslas, like if you go beneath that, there are companies that are down between 40 and 70% off their highs, and I think that those are probably good ones to start looking at buying.
And we can also make a list of those stocks too. So I know we talk about them a lot on Twitter, but it actually would probably be good if we compiled a list of stocks that are
Should we just talk about them now?
Down like 40 to 50% on, I guess it would be like the past 2 year all-time highs in us.
Yeah, we can make a video on that for you guys. But like ones that are just popping into my mind right now are like Intel, PayPal, Square,
you said PayPal, yeah.
DM. I fucking love DM. You guys know. What are other ones that are good?
I know. I have a lot in my portfolio that are down 40%.
What, like Fubo? Do you own
Is Fubo down 40%?
Fubo's down. I don't know if it's 40%. Oh, SoFi is a good one.
SoFi is one I've actively been adding to for probably the last 2 months. I forget who brought it to my attention, but that's a stock that's like very undervalued right now. And then AMD.
Really?
Yeah, I'm obsessed with AMD.
Okay, so like a ton of people are super AMD bears.
I'm bullish on it for the end of 2023.
For what reason?
Everyone is playing puts on it for
near term, and I still just don't feel comfortable doing that, so I just add when it dips. So for people who don't know, AMD is a chip manufacturer, right?
Which we have had
a chip shortage.
Essentially a fucking chip shortage for
a long time.
For a very long time. And this is one of the most reputable companies. I don't know the like exact market cap of AMD, but I believe this is something that they're gonna find value in long term, and it's going to come back. So I'm playing just the long term bull and holding my position. I'm not selling any at all. And then there are people that just shit on it and short it every single day, and I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud of you. If you can trade using the Elliott Wave.
Oh, you've told me about this.
Yes, if you can do that, AMD is a really good stock to trade with because it's easy to like kind of see your third leg going up, predict your fourth leg, and it always hits your fifth leg. I don't know how to teach the Elliott Wave theory. That would actually be a really cool video to do because then I think we would fully understand it a lot better.
Yeah.
But
we would become better at trading.
I think AMD is an interesting stock to check out, and maybe we could do a deep dive on that later. And I would love to do a video of stocks that are down 40 to 50%.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be dope. There's so many out there that are great. And I think, like, especially going into this new wave of the future, I feel like the stuff that's going to be popular is definitely, like, fintech, definitely clean energy.
Still EVs,
but also just moving past that into just, like, how we're producing our energy. I think that the Ukraine-Russia conflict has really highlighted a need for sustainable energy just because of the whole gas situation right now. I don't know if all of you know, but the United States is now considering releasing, is it 1 million barrels of oil a day?
It's either a day or a week.
It's either a day or a week, but the US basically is going to release substantial amounts of oil from their reserves in order to combat the rising oil prices and help Americans pay for their oil. But like, why should we live in a world that's even like that? Like, why not just live in a world where we're able to create our own energy for cheap? Because we have the capabilities, we just choose not to do it. Yeah, cheers to that.
Cheers. That's what we can drink on that, sister. I think a lot of us agree.
Yeah.
And then it's also forcing people to consider, instead of gas savings now, like, should we go with an electric vehicle?
Yeah.
And that might not be in everyone's like price like wheelhouse. So, but also neither's the gas right now.
Okay, so something that I've been thinking on that note is ride sharing. I'm like super bullish on ride sharing just because like as this whole work from home thing continues and like as the remote living situation continues, like you're here in Miami but you're also in Texas and you're also in New York, and like I'm the same way, like everywhere, nowhere, all at the same time. It doesn't really make sense for people to buy cars anymore.
Yeah. You could get a giant, well, actually, don't get a giant one, but you could get like one of those Mercedes vans.
The Sprinters.
Yeah, the Sprinters are those vans that
I love those.
6 people can get in, and it's like, here, you can use the car this day, you can use the car this day. I actually almost did ride share on Uber on my way over here because it was like half the price.
No, but Uber is ride sharing. Just in general.
Good point, yeah. In a whole consistence, my bad.
You meant like the where you share with someone in the car. No, but like ride sharing in general is like where one person owns the car, so that would be like the Uber driver, and then they share their car basically with all of the users, which I think is going to be a huge trend moving forward. And then that brings us into also like self-driving. So there are companies like Laser, which is like Luminar Technologies, the ticker is LAZR, that works on LiDAR sensors for self-driving cars. There's a bunch of different technologies. I think Google is trying to come out with a self-driving car. I'm not sure where they're at.
So that raises the point is, if we think rideshare is going to be big in the future, will we see another Uber and Lyft? Like, are we going to see another big conglomerate? Are we going to see the Google of Tesla?
Or will they become almost like an American Airlines or United Airlines, of that scale and size where it's just like part of our society, or like the cruise lines,
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't compared their valuations, but I almost feel like as we move forward, ride sharing is going to fall into that category.
That makes I want to like make notes of what we're gonna do future videos on too.
Yeah.
That's so freaking interesting.
Isn't that interesting?
But it's just gotten so expensive. Chips are expensive. Y'all, shopping in Florida is expensive.
But it's cheaper than everywhere else.
But it's cheaper than everywhere else.
Yeah.
It's cheaper than New York, that's for sure. But coming from Texas, it's more expensive. But it just keeps going up. So
I know inflation's out of control. But yeah. So for the future, long chips, long clean energy, long electric vehicles, long self-driving, long ride sharing, long fintech, long home sharing, Airbnb. I've been trying to add to Airbnb. And then obviously like long anything that's decentralized.
Yes.
Because our government is
solar
shit. And that's it.
I saw you tweet, you said, does anyone believe anything the government says anymore? And I was like, ooh, I'm going to read the responses.
Dude, the responses were amazing.
They were all no.
Everyone was like, no, fuck the government. But it's true. Like, the government literally hides into these little circles and, like, they make decisions for the greater good. And, like, we don't know anything. Like, what they tell us is all fake. What we think that we have control over is not actually what we have control over. Like, it's just so ridiculous. Like, I mean, this is so crazy. I know. But, like, I think COVID is a big fucking scam. Like, they were paying hospitals literally to report deaths, and it solves so many of, like, America's issues. Like, I just think that it was blown out of proportion, like, by some weird secret elite society that was like, we're doing this for the greater good. Like, who is the greater good? Like, why is it up to these, like, 5 dumbasses to decide, like, what the greater good is and, like, what action should be taken to, like, it's just so ridiculous. All these secret societies, and it's all for money and power. Even, who was it? During 9/11, the vice president, whoever it was, during 9/11, he made $300 million off of 9/11. back in early 2000s. That's like $1 billion now. And like people always say 9/11 was an inside job. Like, why are we giving these people our taxpayer dollars? Why are we working for literal shit money? Like, what's the minimum wage? $11? Our time is worth $11.
I remember when it was $7.25. I was working at Cinemark. Was my first job.
My God.
I was an usher, so my job was to tear tickets and sweet popcorn.
Hell yeah.
And I would go through each movie theater after a movie dropped, clean it with a broom, smelled like shit all the time. I would find condom wrappers.
Ew.
Like, people would sneak in sushi, like old food, and then baby diapers. Like, and I was getting paid $7 an hour, and then my taxes were being taken out, and like, I mean, as a kid, you're thankful for the money. Like, that was, just money to be had, to be saved. But that is shit.
Yeah,
that
is shit.
And adults, like, do that job now.
Oh, I see people are arriving. It's about to get loud.
Guests.
We have guests. We have guests. But yeah, it's just crazy. But yeah, the point of all of that is decentralization, I think, is also our future. Like, when is our country going to be a DAO? Like, one country DAO. One country DAO.
Which is kind of like, you hear about DAOs.
Yeah, can you explain what a DAO is?
You hear about DAOs. So, a DAO, in a sense, is when you're giving choice and you're giving participation to a group of people to make votes and come together to, like, create these decisions for...
Hold that thought.
So
where were we?
A DAO.
DAO. What's a DAO?
DAO. So
yes,
you've probably heard that a billion times, but a DAO stands for a decentralized, autonomous organization.
Hell yeah.
Hopefully I said that right. That means that it is an entity controlled by no leadership. So it's basically decisions being made from the ground up. So the community gets all of the votes as to what's happening, and it's basically like a club, and we're looking at it as a club for cryptocurrencies.
It can be a club for anything.
A club for anything. But now we're
anything
seeing it with tokens. A lot of tokenization. Shit.
Yes. Like, your votes are represented by your tokens. So, like, for example, because I bought the .eth address, like, back in last April, which reminds me, I need to renew mine because it's April now, about to be. But, so because I bought, like, a .eth address, I bought tradingchick.eth, I bought, like, the kiss emoji.eth, and, like, the dancing girl.eth. Because I bought those, I got airdropped a certain amount of ENS tokens, which stands for Ethereum Name Service. And ENS is, like, one of those organizations. So I got, like, I think I got 130 tokens or something. So with those tokens, I had 130 votes to vote for whoever I wanted to represent the DAO. And I could use, like, 50 of my votes on one representative. I could use the other 80 on another. I could use all 130 on one person. So I voted for, like a bunch of different candidates, I guess, who wanted to be leaders in the organization. We're all there. And then basically you pledge your tokens to, like, a certain leader, and then they get to vote on behalf of you. So what I think is cool about it is that, like, rather than, I guess, like, in a company, the way that it exists now, like, there's one CEO and, like, he makes the decisions.
Right.
Like, in a DAO, you can, like, there could be 7 different leaders or however many different leaders, and they each represent a different percentage of the population, and then their vote, however they vote, gets counted for that much tokens or percentage that they were allocated. And then what's also cool about DAOs is that the token holders, so like me, who I don't want to vote in anything, I don't want to be that active in the organization. If there comes a time that I do not agree with who I voted for, or I just don't like them anymore, or I like someone else better, I can change my vote whenever I want. And the new person will have like 130 extra tokens of voting power, which is really cool. Do you have anything to add to that?
We're wanting to do something similar in the NFT project that I found and have been working on. So we really want to, we just partnered with the Boys and Girls Club of America, which is like probably one of the biggest partnerships that we'll ever have, and we're super thankful for this opportunity. But we're starting here in Miami, which is where I've been having my meetings. We're going to fundraise and auction off a rare unicorn from the collection and use that money to fund an on-campus psychiatrist for the kids on campus at the schools that are involved in the Boys and Girls Club. And we're going to start in Broward County and Miami-Dade, and we're going to take it national because everyone loves NFTs and you like to feel like you're a part of something. We're helping and we're giving back. But we also want to create a DAO so that the community can stay involved. So if they wanted to do a certain other type of fundraiser, then they can vote on that. Or if if they don't necessarily like the way we're running things and they want to vote like another member into the community, then like by all means that's fine.
Yeah, like why shouldn't the people have a vote?
That's why we're doing it. Like a lot of these projects are for the people. NFT projects are for the community, and a lot of people will argue that as for profit, but the ones that last and that leave a legacy are for the people. The Bored Ape Yacht Club members, I'm a member with my mutant, so we talk about that on some episodes. I love going to those events. They're so fun. The people are amazing. They treat us so well. Networking, like
being surrounded with like-minded people.
The ape coin drop. So I was able to like basically pay back my mutant. So I got a free mutant,
which
essentially.
Is dope. And now with your ape coin, you get to be a part of, like, you get voting rights in their DAO.
I get voting rights and
in their organization.
And I can hold it and just feel like I'm doing something. Like I have the option to do something, to vote. So it's really cool. And so that's why we keep saying Win Country DAO.
Yeah, Win Country DAO.
When can we do this on a
higher
scale?
One is leadership and the way that our country is run and the way that our world is run gonna be just like a true democracy.
Right.
And like
when
are things gonna be transparent? Because the way that things are right now, like, you vote for someone and then they have a term. If they're shit and you don't like how
they're still in term,
they're acting, if you don't like how they're voting, if they don't do what they said that they're gonna do, they still have time. And like, it's the same with what we get paid in corporate America. Like, it's the same with everything. Why are we giving away our time constantly to people who aren't appreciating our time, who aren't doing their best to make our time as valuable as they can? Like, why are we so okay, and why is it culturally like so acceptable to just give away time? I don't know. It's really been bothering me lately.
It's America. It's America. It bothers you more than me, and it bothers me that it bothers her, so
it bothers
Win Country
me so
DAO.
much. Yeah, Win Country DAO. Like, it really, cheers to that.
Cheers to Win Country DAO.
Yeah. It really does bother me a lot. It bothers me also just, I mean, I've said it like 15 times already, so I'm kind of like a broken record. But just like how much corporate America pays its employees and how much time and effort they demand from these humans and how much inflexibility they offer in return. And like, you know, the profits, they boast about, oh my God, we just saw record profits this year. Oh my God, like we're doing so great. Okay, so pay your employees more.
Yeah.
Pay your employees to keep up with the rate of inflation. Like most of them aren't even doing that. And I think that that would be like the bare minimum.
What do we know? I did just see too, I meant to bring this up on last episode, but I don't think we got to. Wall Street, members of Wall Street were getting paid like an average of like $450K this year. They had a bonus, like it was like a $270,000 average bonus or something like absolutely insane.
Dude, it's probably because of all the IPOs. Because the market was so hot.
Oh, left and right IPOs. Like anytime we actually went to the stock exchange, someone was IPOing.
Yes. So now, this year, 2022, nobody's IPOing. So on top of inflation.
OnlyFans is IPOing.
True.
That's this. Yeah, 22. That's this year.
$thought.
Dollar sign.
Or $hung. Dollar sign.
Tits. Dollar sign.
Twat.
I think I like thought the best.
I like thought the best too. I ratioed Gergevin on
I
that.
saw you do it.
I sent him a screenshot of it. He goes, "It's on."
He'll buy likes though to video.
He'll buy a bot. Just fuck me.
FinTwit is so funny. We do all these polls and stuff all the time, or like competitions against other people on FinTwit, and a lot of you fuckers go and buy likes or go buy votes and
I
stuff.
don't even know, one, how to do that. Two, the fact that time is being spent
to buy votes
and money to buy bots to vote on Twitter.
They bought votes to go against another ticker symbol, like another company, just so that they wanted the March Madness bracket that we're doing.
Oh, that's funny.
They wanted it to be like a 0 to 100. ratio.
Okay, speaking of Twitter, have you noticed like all of the extra things that they're doing for monetization?
The blue, Twitter Blue, which I paid for. I don't think it's worth it, unless you want the hexagonal shape to show that you actually own an NFT. But most people can actually just go check your wallet on OpenSea to see what you own. So I don't, whatever, I guess. And then Twitter Blue also allows you to, if you type a tweet, you have about 10 seconds to review the tweet before it sends in case you had like a grammatical error. But that, and then super follow. What else?
Yeah, there's like all these things. Super follow, which is like subscription for like extra.
Don't super follow me because you're not gonna get any special shit.
You probably don't even have the option.
Yeah, wait, thank you.
I noticed that The Rock Trading has it.
There's a good amount of people though.
Yeah, some people have it, and it's basically, I think it's almost like an OnlyFans of like Twitter, kind of like where you're getting exclusive content, and it just doesn't have like the negative stigma attached that OnlyFans has, because OnlyFans, like, I think that the stigma is like very pornographic, like that type of thing. But
even though there are artists on it.
Yeah, but there are definitely like a ton of different scenarios where people would want to have like a subscription only service for their fans. But like OnlyFans just took like a pornographic route. Which honestly makes so much sense, and kudos to them, because like the porn industry is disgusting, and I'm so for women having the control in their
making their bank,
in their nude or semi-nude, or just like in their activities. I'm all for it.
We're for the
ladies.
For the ladies and against the He-Man woman haters.
Fuck the He-Man woman haters.
We're the fuck them.
Oh, alfalfa.
We know a couple of them.
Oh my god, so many.
Oh,
yeah.
Darla.
Oh, Darla.
We should watch that tonight.
Yeah, snuggle. Also, for my Miami people, she doesn't know this yet, but I ordered Chicken Kitchen for us for dinner. And I got her an original chop, extra skin, because that's the only way to do it, with curry sauce and a drizzle of chipotle. So she will be eating Chicken Kitchen for the first time. And then to my non-Miami people, Chicken Kitchen is the best, like, ever. It's rice with chicken, curry sauce, and it's just incredible. It's a Miami thing. It's iconic. You ask any Miami person about Chicken Kitchen, they will love you, and it's for real.
Is it better than Pollo Tropical?
Pollo Tropical?
Yep, Pollo Tropical. So weird.
It's different, but like
It's probably a little like classier.
Pollo, I think, is more like a nationwide chain.
Yeah, because there's a Pollo Loco in Texas that's just grilled chicken.
No, but like Pollo Tropical.
Oh, I didn't know.
I think I don't know if it's nationwide, but it's like more of a chain. Chicken Kitchen, there's probably like 60, but it's like only Miami.
I'm excited. I'm like falling in love with the Cuban food, and then the culture
I'm Cuban
too. It's fun. She's fun, and the food is fun.
Yeah.
So it's fun. Y'all gotta come down to Miami.
Yeah.
Or we need to do.
I want to do a Miami meetup.
We should do a Miami meetup. We'll do a 2 girls 1 trade meetup.
Hell yeah.
I'm trying to. So I'm actually. We can talk off camera too, but I want to plan a cruise.
I know you do.
A Twitter cruise.
I know. Dude, Jim Cramer was saying that on CNBC today. He was like, I just want to have a finance stock cruise. I don't even care. Or maybe we could go to Vegas. And I was like, so, like, those things already happened.
Yeah, we did.
I was like, the Vegas thing is already happening.
That's next month.
Yeah.
You should come.
Jim Cramer.
We'll tweet at you.
Yeah. What's up?
I'll be helping run that event. You should definitely show up. But for real, I think a cruise for Vintuit would be fantastic. And we could have conferences in the ballroom or whatever that they have. We could rent them out and do them there. And then really just enjoy yourself. So it'd be a big networking ship.
I'd be down for a cruise. I'm like low-key a little like freaked out by the whole cruise situation.
Oh, getting like stranded? Or?
No, like not so much about being stranded, but kind of just like being on like a floating object with like so many creepy strangers.
Good point.
But I mean, like, I guess if you're in a hotel, you're in a hotel with creepy strangers too. But also, like, on a cruise, you're there together for like a while. But I'd be down. I mean, if it's cheap and like we could get a sick room.
We get a room and then, they're like $400, $500. I think people would pay that to go.
Yeah, that would be fun. Vacation. We get to go somewhere cool.
And this port. There's a port right here.
Yeah, we could just do like a 3-day one to like Mexico or the Bahamas or something.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, I'd be down.
We'll keep everyone updated.
Speaking of updates, I have an update. So some of you asked, because I posted my Aspen vlog on YouTube. I actually posted 3 of them. So it's part 1, part 2, and finale. If you guys haven't watched those, definitely do. It was like a very raw inside look to my Aspen trip. But yeah, so I went with a guy when I went there, and people asked like, what happened to the guy? Yeah, he left because he was being obnoxious and annoying and boring and mean. So he's gone. He still owes me money for the Airbnb, which I just don't think I'm gonna receive.
I'll whoop his ass.
Dude, I know. He like said, oh, here's my new Venmo, send me the request. I sent it. Still hasn't paid it. I reminded him. Still didn't pay it. I sent a new Venmo request. Still didn't pay it. Reminded him again. Still didn't pay it. So seems like he's just not gonna pay it. But yeah,
which makes him even more sucky.
I know.
The worst.
But yeah, that's the update on that. But truly, you guys, like, don't even feel bad for me because I had the most amazing time after this guy left. I made so many new friends. I like went to such bougie and like exclusive events. Like, yeah, ladies, we don't need no man.
We didn't catch up on like afterwards. Like, what happened?
Yeah, I like went to the store opening of like this guy's hat brand named Nick Fouquet, and then I got randomly invited to like the dinner party for his opening which was super exclusive, and I don't even know how I got invited. And I got these cool incense that I have in my room, and they smell really good. I'll show you them. But yeah, and then we skied a ton. Like, one of my friends that I met at Onda Linda, which is like the music festival that I went to in November in Mexico, he lives in Aspen, and he gave me free ski passes, so I like didn't even have to worry about that. And like, we just had such a good squad, and the whole squad was so open-minded and kind and entrepreneurial and just supportive. I felt so much better to be with a group of people that were like that, rather than the guy that I was with who was like literally like shitting on me for even vlogging. And then the new people were like,
vlog.
Yeah, the new people were like, oh, it's so great that you record everything, which like, even before I started vlogging, like I always loved recording everything and like taking a lot of pictures just 'cause, like for the memories, and I also feel like it's like my creative outlet. So like, why would anyone try to make fun of me for that?
I just started vlogging too, for the podcast.
Hell yeah.
So get ready for some awkward content. But I actually have enjoyed it. Like, it's kind of brought me out of like, I actually talk a lot to like everyone, and I have no, I'm not like camera shy, or I love to present in front of tons of people. But for some reason, talking to myself
it's so weird in the beginning.
Yes, and I'm struggling. I'm like, Erin, shut the fuck up. Why would you say that?
It's so weird.
Like, I catch myself saying the dumbest stuff.
Also, I feel like that's something that you and I are both like very similar in. Like, whenever I go anywhere, I make so many friends just because I like chit chat with everyone, and I feel like you do the same. Like, you're such like a talker, and like I am too, but I love that, and that's amazing, and that's why we have so many like cool people in our lives.
And we want to encourage other people to do the same thing. Like, I know episode 1 or 2, we talked about how important networking is, and you know, like, yes, college degree and stuff, but we're finding out now like who you know has been super beneficial, and that wouldn't replace like the people that I've met now for anything.
Who you know is everything. And who you're surrounded with, because their thoughts transcend into like the way that you think. So if they're positive, like encouraging success, that type of stuff, forward thinking, you're gonna naturally become more positive, and then it just like becomes a cycle of like everyone growing together. But if you're like surrounded by negative people who don't care about anything, and who only want to like live the way that they live and don't want to, you know, continue growing, then you're just gonna get stuck in the same cycle. So really, who you surround yourself is like super, super important.
I'll drink on that one.
Yeah.
Speaking of new people and surrounding yourself with good people, you did a boyfriend application.
Oh my god, dude.
A huge hit. Tell me about that.
It was amazing. We have a guest coming.
Dun, da, da, da.
Da-da-da. Da-da-da.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Ooh, look at you. Here, wait, come stand right here.
No.
Show the camera. You look good.
I know, that's okay. I don't want to be on camera.
Okay.
She's hot.
Okay. You look great.
Are you going somewhere?
Yeah, I'm going out to dinner with a girlfriend.
What's that?
Ugly, dirty cat bowl, but I get into town, it's dry, and there's no water in it, and no food, but it's filthy dirty, and for 3 days that somebody was here, they didn't think to put it in the dishwasher.
Rickers here? I thought you were one. We don't know who it was.
I don't know how I was supposed to do that. Do you guys ever just get roasted by your family nonstop? Because I do.
Her sister came in and flamed the shit out of her.
Always.
Little sister, too, like, young. And I was over here like...
Yeah.
But boyfriend application.
Yes, boyfriend application. So I like tweeted, I was like, I'm accepting boyfriend applications. And then the tweet got so many likes, and I'm on private now, so like nobody retweeted it, and it still got so many likes. I was like, damn. So then I was like, well, maybe I should just make a boyfriend application. So I made like a Google form. I put 2 pictures of myself, and then I was like, what would make you a good boyfriend? Like what are you bullish on? What are you bearish on? Cunnilingus game. And then I don't know, I just asked like a bunch of questions, and it was like a super fun survey, like kind of like a joke, but also serious. Like you had an option to put a photo, all this stuff. And the responses, like I am obsessed with you guys, because the responses were actually hilarious. Like some people, what did they say? They said, okay, one of the questions was, what are you bearish on? And someone said, TG1T haters and bad cunnilingus game. Like that's someone's response. And then
whoever said that, I love you also.
it was so funny.
Wow.
And then another one,
TG1T haters.
yeah, TG1T haters. A few weeks ago, or like a week ago, I posted on my Twitter, like, I just want a boyfriend who is like kind, honest,
yeah,
like
caring,
adventurous, caring, and non-judgmental. And someone posted, like, I said, answered the question, what would make you a good boyfriend? And they said all of those things, like, I'm funny, caring, loving, blah blah blah. So that was really fun.
What was your favorite application, or like favorite response that you got back? And then what was the worst?
My favorite question was, it said cunnilingus game, and there were options, but then there was also an option to like fill in your response, and someone filled in godlike, and I just died at that. It was like, that's amazing response. Like the confidence, I was so impressed, and I was just like, hell fucking yeah. But yeah, there were so many funny ones. I put them all in like my story. I put the funniest one. But honestly, like I only got to number 70 because it was so much to read through.
70's still a lot.
Dude, 80 people filled it out. I thought I would get like 5 responses.
I bet girls filled it out too.
No, I didn't see any girls yet, but I literally thought I would get 5 responses, but I got so many. But like the whole thing was supposed to be funny.
I want to do one, or like maybe we should do one for us. Like
Yeah.
Podcast.
Double date.
Yeah.
Dude, it was like really like all for fun. Even in the title, I put application to be one of the trading chick's boyfriends.
Yeah, why just have one?
Why have one when you can have many?
There's a lot of candidates in Miami too, like a lot of rich men that have boats. We're trying to get on a boat. We've been trying for
If you guys know anyone.
a while, so if anybody has a yacht or a smaller boat,
My friend has a yacht, but I don't know if he's here. I think he's in New York.
we could ask. I think we'll go on some for the conferences, but this is gonna be a really exciting week.
This is gonna be a fun week. Oh yeah, we'll definitely get invited on a boat. It's like Bitcoin, crypto,
Bitcoin.
all these Bitcoin billionaires. The first thing they did was buy a boat.
I will be, so this week, I'll be speaking on 2 panels for NFT Miami.
Queen.
One of the panels is, thank you. One of them is how to not get rug pulled for NFT projects, which I find very important. I think I want to do some like little educational content, side stuff for our podcast to teach viewers the importance of doing your due diligence, whether it's for stocks, crypto, or these NFT projects, investigating the community, knowing what you're putting your money into. And then the other one is called JOMO, the joy of missing out. So instead of FOMO, we are now, a lot of people have missed conferences, and they get the FOMO and the feeling like they weren't able to attend, but like you're here to this one and you're present. Like it's about,
Wait, I love that.
yeah, it's like being in the present. So I'll be speaking on that and just really like living in the moment, and especially appreciating that, like
Joy of missing out.
the joy of missing out. And like us as women where we're at now with like Web3 and finance and what we're able to do, and like just there's so much. Like, it's gonna be a great panel, but maybe I can post those. So then we have Shitcoin conference, which I'll be talking about altcoins, and then Bitcoin conference. So we'll be tagging along, walking around those conferences if anyone is there. And then so next week will be a good episode too.
We'll have a lot of updates.
We'll have a lot of content. So we're really excited.
Yeah. Okay, well, I feel like that's pretty good for this week's episode.
That was a fun episode.
Yeah, that was a good one.
We were a lot more sober for this one than the last one.
I know, but like still not sober, but like more sober.
I feel good. I just can't believe how like trashed.
Dude, the last one, I like went into it wasted. I slept like shit that night because whenever I drink wine before bed, I just sleep like shit. I went out after we recorded and drank more wine. And I had been drinking
I didn't know
wine.
You went out after?
Yeah, I had been drinking wine from like 1 p.m. that day, and we recorded probably like 4 or 5, and then I went out and met my friends for a glass of wine after. I had a tough day, okay? Like, the guy that I was with literally moved out that day.
Like, we recorded, he left maybe 10 minutes before we started recording. So
yeah, I'm like texting her being like, can't start yet, like this fucker is still here.
Yeah. And I was like, kick him to the curb.
But yeah, anyways, we loved spending time with you guys today. If you don't already follow us on Twitter, you should. Our Twitters are right below us. Oh, I guess it won't be for this episode because we're together. Well, this is my Twitter handle, and we can pop it up here. Colby.
And then we're gonna pop mine up over here.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Or here, or wherever you decide.
Somewhere. These are our Twitter handles and Instagram. And follow us there if you don't already. Follow the podcast at 2 Girls 1 Trade. We will post the Instagram, the Twitter, and the TikTok links because they're all different.
We tried.
We tried. You know, adapt, overcome, and improve. Is that it?
Yep.
I don't know. But
I just said yep.
don't forget to subscribe, give us a follow, rate us 5 stars. We love you guys so much, and we cannot wait till next week.
Yes.
So,
we are still doing, we have a goal of 100K subscribers. So
yes.
Tell your friends, tell your family, just hit that little subscribe button. It is free, but the reward at the end is good. It's buena, muy buena.
Molto bene.
Molto whatever she said.
Molto bene.
But in closing,
Yes. Cheers.
Cheers first. I am healthy.
I am wealthy.
I am rich.
I am that bitch. Period.
2 Girls 1 Trade, signing off. See you guys next
Love
time.
you.
Aw.
Kisses. Hi everyone. We have a very exciting announcement for you today.
If we hit 100,000 subscribers by August 26th, one lucky fan will have a chance to hang with us in New York City.
It gets better. You won't be coming alone. You'll get to bring a friend.
We'll fly you both first class, stay in a dope hotel, and go on a double date.
With us at one of New York City's most exclusive restaurants. We will sugar mommy the whole thing.
We have fun activities planned for the entire weekend, including $5,000 to each of you in any currency you choose.
So hit the subscribe button, and we can't wait to see you in New York.